tell from the title of today's video, we're going to be test driving some classic muscle cars. See how everything goes. Going to keep it nice and simple. Those of you guys who know me, see where the night takes us. Alright, man, appreciate you guys tuning in. Get myself situated here. And let's get at it. I'll tell you what, but that's how we do it. Heavy, buddy. on the sim rig. Just like real life, baby.
1
most budget friendly in my opinion. Shifter definitely leaves room for improvement though. To get something new. This car, all right to start with, but we definitely need to jump into something a little bit different here. All right, man, let's see. What I do need to do is jump on here and get rid of some of these filters. We are looking for houses, friends, all online players, and Horizon. Festival sites. Alright, let's see here, man. Set a waypoint here.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Because I know we got much better cars than this that I am excited to drive today. This car looks pretty dope, but I'm not gonna lie, it does not drive that great.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Because it is an absolute ripper. I will say that. Alright, man, let's see what we got in here. Now, I thought that was going to be a really good car to start out with, but I'm not going to lie, I wasn't overly impressed with it. Let's jump into some Ford. Oh, you know what? We're passing Dodge. I don't really have any classics as far as the Dodges go. I do have a couple Hellcats. Don't have the Demon. I should probably buy one of those. But you know what? Let's jump into a Challenger Hellcat, man. I mean, why not? You know, jump right into it. Supercharged. Should handle quite a bit better than the Chevelle that we were just driving. And hopefully it brakes a little bit better too, man. this thing is just totally stock. Aside from the wrap, might be lowered it looks like, but interesting nonetheless. That much rotation in the wheel. My old Thrustmaster did not do that. Okay then. We're all learning. We're all learning. Man, this thing. I can literally feel the tires. This thing is an absolute animal, man. Okay, okay. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I am feeling good about that. I'm feeling good, man. I was a little worried that the Hellcat was going to be a bit too much there, but it was a nice segue from the Chevelle. I'll tell you what, man. Honestly, it pretty much drives itself. Especially being rear-wheel drive. Such a big car. Big motor. I expected it to feel a lot heavier, man.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Dang, man.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Let's get one last look. Oh, man. What an absolute gem that thing is, man. But I think it is time to move on. Because like I say, we do have quite a few other cars in the stable that I'd like to drive right now. Alright, man, so American Muscle, keeping with the theme here. We're just rolling a Dodge. We're driving a Chevy before. I think it's only right that we jump into a Ford, and I do have a couple really cool ones, man. Now we got the Mustang GT350, the Shelby here, one of my favorites. But we also do have the old school 03 SVT Lightning. This is more my era. Also the 2000s SVT Cobra. And you know what? I think looking at all of these selections, I'm going to jump into the SVT Cobra right now and see how it compares, you know, being a two-wheel drive. Pretty sure this thing is also supercharged. So it'll be interesting to see. Now this one here, quite a bit more modified than the, oh dang, that screen is filthy. Quite a bit more modified than the other whip that we were rolling there. Just clean this joint up real quick here. Alright, let's see how that looks. Some smudges up on that screen. Alright, man, that's looking good. Alright, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. If you are rocking with your boy, don't forget to smash that like button as always. If you do like what you see, consider subscribing. But yeah, man. This is the SVT Cobra here. Like I say, one of the cars that I kind of grew up with. You know, being one of those somewhat attainable cars, I guess you could say. sounds like there's some turbo happening. I know some of these superchargers do have blow-off valves too. The sequentials, but man, this thing quite possibly could be turbocharged. But yeah, let's see what happens. See how it rolls. See how it rides. Now coming from the Challenger here, it should be interesting. This is an older chassis. I'm not expecting it to handle quite as well. This setup for me is kind of a mix of, you know, my enjoyment. I also have my son who's going to be playing with it. So I didn't want to spend an arm. If this is something, who knows? If I feel the need to upgrade for this, at least it wasn't like $500-600 purchase. But this thing is light years ahead looking at the lighting retouch on the YouTube video there. It's gonna help, but here again. Right. This thing is a beast too, man. Wow. That crowd is loud, man. Dang, man. That Mustang, that thing was pretty crispy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, wow. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. So sticking with American brands, we got the GNX, we got some Caddies here. Man, there are some options though. There are some options. Because I really want to get into some vets right now, man. Like, we just went from the 2000 SVT Mustang. You know, the competitor for that back in the day was the 02 Corvette Z06. So I think that, I think we're going to have to do that, man. I'm not sure what's done to this Z06. Could be, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it's much, to be honest with you. A-class, so it's probably only lowered. I didn't check the class of that SVT. If anybody out there wants to go back and reverse the screen. Alright. Let's see how it rolls. Which way did we pull into that site? I want to go the other way. We're going to turn around real quick. Look at that turning rate. The white balance is killing me right now. Alright, I gotta fast travel somewhere else because the sand out here is wrecking just the whole view of everything. So we're gonna fast travel which is not normally something that I like to do because it's not, doesn't go with the whole realistic vibe, and we're just out for a cruise and we're just out chilling. But you know what, man, being out there in the desert and just the way that the light reflects off the screen and stuff like that, I think that's what we're gonna have to do for the sake of the stream out here, man. So let's see where this road takes us out here. Couple hours, man. Jump on if you want to cruise. Send me an invite, man. Got the new setup, so everything should be good as far as what is this? As far as the wheel functioning,
turn around when it is safe to do so. meters.
thing, brother.
Turn right.
I'm just out here cruising.
Turn right.
Dang, do I really gotta go through the bush in order to get to where I need to go right now? I was hoping to avoid the dirt roads here. Yeah, you know what? It is the quickest route. I'm not gonna lie here, folks, but if we go straight and make 2 rights, we should be able to get to it.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. Recalculating route. In 400 meters, turn right. At the roundabout, take the first exit. In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, man, I forget how it works. Send me an invite, I think, right? Or a convoy or something like that. Convoy invite. There it is. He's in, man. Alright, sounds good. I got you. Alright, I need to... Man, I really... Corvette was nice, but I need to get into something a little... online group route. Dang. Oh, I see. I was at my destination there. Alright, I need to turn around here. Switch
Turn
up
around
real
when it
quick.
is safe to do so.
Ah! Oh, bud. Right off the road.
at your
Alright, so the
destination.
Corvette was, I don't know, it's comparable to the SVT there. Lacked the turbo slash supercharger noise. It's still fun. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Limit. I want to drive something a little faster. Maybe a Viper. Choices. None of these are American though. Really quite limited to the Alright, you know what, man? Let's jump into the Dodge Viper. Now, I want to, default me wants to go to the 99 because that's just what I grew up with. But you know what? Let's go to the 08 SRT10 ACR. See how it rides. Looks like it handles. Let's hope that's the case. Alright, man. What up, what up? Let's get into her. Dang. clocking me. Clocking me, bro. Oh my God, 6 years a dog. Not going anywhere. How we looking here? Just over an hour into the live stream. I gotta say, man, I've seen a lot of controversy online about this shifter specifically. I mean, it's dirt cheap. If something goes wrong with it, you can buy 10 of them for next to nothing. But man, it honestly adds a whole nother aspect. Your boy, a whole other aspect of the game, man. Let me see. Viper was cool. We got a lot of Fords. We have a lot of Fords. You know what, man? Let's jump into the GT350R. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm really enjoying it. You know what? I honestly, like, I said it about the Thrustmaster. I'm like, man, it's such a step up from the controller. I'm like, it adds a whole nother aspect of it. But, like, you know, having the force feedback and now the shifter, I'm like, this adds a whole other aspect to it. So, it's, yeah, man, really enjoying it so far. Yes, sir. What you rocking? Got the Mustang. Okay, okay, let's do it. know this thing revs to the moon, man. What up, man? Honestly, I just got this a couple days ago, and I just watched one YouTube video on how to like set up the settings and stuff like that, and this is the first real like time I've sat down with it, put some serious hours on it, and I'm loving it, man. I was rocking the Thrustmaster before this with the rubber band feedback, and man, this thing is like light years ahead of that. I will say I didn't mind the paddle shifters on the Thrustmaster, but this one also has nice metal paddle shifters, so yeah, for the money, can't beat it, man. I did actually get the shifter from a family member. We had a Secret Santa set up, and they asked me what I wanted, and I was like, you know what, the shifter itself falls into like a pretty budget-friendly category. Yeah, that's what I came from too, was the Ferrari Thrustmaster. I still have it. Actually, the last stream I was doing, I was rolling with Beholder there, rolling behind me. Oh man. And yeah, it just stopped working, man. The pedals were I don't know what it was, if there was water in the pedals or something like that. I am gonna have a look at it because I do want to fix it and set up a second Xbox so me and my son can cruise online together, man, and then have two pedal wheels set up. Getting a little ridiculous, but you know, anything I gotta do for myself now, I gotta consider, I gotta double it, right? So get an ATV, I gotta get him, get a, you know, Xbox, gotta get him an Xbox. But yeah, man, for now we're gonna share. For now, you're just gonna use this, and then we'll see. Let's see if I can get that other wheel fixed, even. If not, to be honest, I might just buy another one because they're so cheap now. Find them used on Marketplace for like $50. try to keep up with the comments. Sometimes I get in the zone driving, so I forget to look at them, so it takes me a couple of minutes, but I do reply to every single comment. I'm not gonna lie, this GT350 is a beast compared to that Viper. Oh, right. Head on the position, man. Like, this thing is bogey. My favorite car in Horizon, and that's like a good question. Honestly, I started out with the Nismo 350Z just because for me I own a G35 and there was not, you know, there's no other VQ, DE VQs in this game. So that has always been the one that I put the most miles on for sure in this game. But as of recently, man, I don't know, the 400Z has been kind of cool. Or sorry, the new, I guess it's not a 400Z, it's just a Nissan Z, the new one. I just got that one, and honestly, the TRD Camry has been pretty sick. I just got that off of I just got the Camry off the Forza-thon, and Forza-thon shop. Forza-thon shop? Am I saying that right? And yeah, man, that thing has been pretty cool too. I'm a JDM guy at heart, I'm not gonna lie, even though we are doing the American stream. I am a JDM fanboy at heart. Alright, man, let's switch it up. The GT350 was pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Garage here. So is there anything I'm missing? I mean, the Cadillac, I guess let's jump in the GNX here, man. Classic 3.8 liter supercharged. I'm gonna jump in the Buick here, man. Now this thing isn't that fast. Set up more so for looks, but it's one of those cars I really did want to drive. Yeah, man, I'm doing a little bit of muscle. I don't know, I was thinking of jumping into maybe some oh, you hear that turbo? I was thinking of jumping into maybe a couple of like the Ford Focus ST, maybe a Focus RS. I know those aren't exactly muscle, but you know, American nonetheless. Oh my gosh. This thing is slow, man. I'm gonna have to really ring this thing out. Let's see. The tag says 8,000. revving it out enough. Oh no. Woo. Oh dang, bro. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hold on a second. We lost the phone in the phone mount here. We were ripping her back and forth there. The P1. The McLaren? Yeah, man, we'll rock the, pretty sure I have one of those. You know what? The Buick, pretty lackluster. So next time we hit one of the garages, man, I'll jump in the McLaren. Ooh, the sunshine. That sun is setting. Oh, I'm literally going back the way that we just came. Alright, since we just got in this car, I'm gonna keep rolling past this house. Next car we roll by, switch it up. Man. Oh! Woo! I'm not gonna lie, it does surprisingly feel pretty capable if I were to try to drift it, but that's not what I'm trying to do right now. Man, that turbo sounds amazing. I'm gonna be on probably, time is it right now? 10:48, probably at least another hour, maybe a little more. I'll probably go until about 12 o'clock. I don't know where you're watching from. It's like the GTA Toronto time zone. 10:48 time. Probably another hour. Man. This turbo sounds amazing. But you know what, the Buick, man, things I can. Australia, dang, man. What time is it in Australia right now? Oh. I'd imagine it is quite the opposite from where I am. Alright, so we're going to jump into that McLaren. I'm pretty sure have the P1. Pretty sure that's what you were referring to, no? F1? .1:49 p.m. Alright, so a little bit of a difference there. Alright, I think I do have the McLaren F1. We can jump in that one. Ugh. Now this is another one of those cars, man. For me growing up, it was, when this thing came out, it was a game changer, man. 93. See how it compares to, well, the Buick, man. The Buick was a bit of a... That thing was definitely an old school. Oh. Yes, sir. In that Mercy. See you. Alright, because it's getting dark out, I'm going to just turn up my brightness real quick so that I can see. Alright. With that being said, let's get it. Damn, that Lambo is loud. I can hear that thing ripping behind me, dude. Oliver, no man, I'm actually in Canada. Just about, I'd say an hour north of Toronto. I do actually work in Toronto, so I live there every day. I drive there every day. Not the most fun experience. Out here in Canada, pretty cold at the moment. We got our real big dose of Canada for this year. Cold, windy, power went out. That it was probably about 4 or 5 inches in total. But the last few days it's been kind of like raining, freezing rain. And today was a pretty big snowstorm. Luckily we got the Infinity G35 snowplow put in some work for me. Man, I keep going in circles, bro. I apologize, man. Let me set a waypoint so we can get off this side of the map, man. I keep like turning around and going back and forth, back and forth. All right, let's hit the street scene outpost here. That should get us to the middle of the map at least. Yeah, bro, add me up on Xbox, man. And if you want, join the crew. My live is the same as my @DonSqually. Spelling is the same as my YouTube channel, so pretty easy to find. Man, let me where was the pending friend request? Alright, man, just accepted the friend request there. Join the game. Let me know when you're good, bro. I'm gonna say I'll be here for a little while. I think this car, 3 hours? Alright, it's all good, man. Don't worry, I'm on here all the time, doing lives, or even just playing without going on live. But normally, when I'm playing, I'll be doing live on the channel, man. So, anytime you're on, feel free to join. Just out here. I'm not gonna lie, this is the only car. I mean, I've spun out a few times tonight, but this car is giving me a run for my money.
400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
Alright, I'm gonna jump into the horizon site real quick.
You have arrived at your destination.
What do I want to drive here? You know what? Cadillac. I mean, I've been going past the Cadillac all night. I think it's about time we give that CTS-V a little bit of love. 2016 CTS-V. You know what, man? I can feel you. I feel you on that one. To be honest with you, all of my friends play PlayStation, and the only reason I have an Xbox is because I love Forza. And you know what? I'm usually playing alone too. Polar jumped on last time I was on here, so we just been kind of cruising together. And yeah, man, I'm always looking for more people. Always in the vet. What is that? C8. All right. So before we get going, what I want to do is make sure that we're not going back the way that we came. So yeah, let's go. I guess if we just keep going straight, that'll take us to the other side of the map here. Alright. No, I don't have a headset right now. Usually when I'm just doing the YouTube videos, I'm just kind of cruising. I don't know, I never really considered the headset because I always thought it would be kind of a little strange to be talking to people and then like the camera not be able to hear it, but I don't know, I might get a headset, we'll see. For me, the YouTube videos, when I'm making the YouTube videos, usually more so just about the driving experience. With other people, it would definitely make things a little nice roads here, man. Turtle Beach ones, they got really good quality, so you can get the gameplay through the headphones too, right? I've always liked those style of headsets when I'm playing like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Because you can hear the people walking and stuff. Hear every little noise. That'll probably be the route that I take. Makes the most sense. this car is like, it's so comfortable and smooth that I can't even really feel the limit of it until it's too late. Once those wheels get to spin. That's one thing I noticed with the Logitech, even before I bought this setup, I noticed that the brakes are super stiff, man. And one other thing you should probably do, well, I had to definitely research some settings because the original settings out of the box with this, they just were not it, man. The wheel was like basically wobbling back and forth, so I forget. Yeah, there is a mod that you can do, and I think, like, to be honest, they loosen up a little bit the more that you use them, but there is a mod you can do to take out, like, a spring and put in a smaller one, I think. But so far, once I get them, like, I got them bolted into the ring, they're actually not terrible, but the settings out of the box definitely need to be changed, man. There was a video that I watched. It's one of the first ones on YouTube when you look up like G920 Forza Horizon 5 settings. And those are the settings I stuck with. I did change a few settings from that setup, but it's been pretty dialed, man. Honestly, especially compared to my other setup I was rolling with. I'm loving it. How are our whites looking on the live there? try to play with this is Motorsport 6, Forza Motorsport 6, man. I think getting on the racetrack and really being able to feel the force feedback would be cool. I tried drifting with it in Car X, and I watched a few videos online about people like trying to drift on Car X with a wheel and stuff, and saying that it took like years basically. And I was like, I don't understand. How can it take years? And man, I get it. It's pretty challenging, but I'm not gonna give up. Crew, I actually have one of the Crew games. I'm not sure which one it is. No, actually no, sorry, I lied. It's not Crew. I think it's Need for Speed. I was looking into Crew, man. I might have to give that one a try. Does that have first person like driving in it? Because I really do like the first person driving. If it doesn't, it's not a total deal breaker, but with the wheel, I love being inside the vehicle. You know what? I think I'm gonna jump into the SVT Lightning, man. That's one of the vehicles that I've been passing over again. Oh, and just wanting to drive. So let's jump into her. How we looking? Dang. Only been ripping for an hour and 47 minutes. Feels like we've been playing for a lot longer, man. Yes, sir. And that Stang. Bro, it is loud here, man. At this festival site. just a different experience. It does feel very realistic, this shifter, but just to find the sweet spot. One thing I did need to do is play with the clutch dead zone, because I find myself not fully releasing the clutch before I was into the gas, and vice versa. So the dead zones I kind of had to play with, but again, even with those, doing pretty good. Yeah, the leather's nice. I'm rocking the gloves just because I'm outside in my garage, and well, we're probably up to about 20 degrees now, but this feels a little warmer with the gloves on. Sounds great with the supercharger, man. Did I say this car? If I did, I meant to say this car. I do need to adjust the gearing slightly on it, though. Pops out a little too quick. Dang, man. It's about minus 10 out here right now. Celsius. So having it plus 20 Celsius in the garage feels pretty good. We're comfortable. what? Let me pull over and see if I can adjust the gear. Might be able to get the settings going on this bad boy. Not sure if we have unlocked the gearing or not. Yeah, we have. All right, that's good. Let's give that a whole lot of top end there, man. That's what I'm talking about. That should help, because we were rolling pretty much at the top of 6 that whole time right there. Thank you, Oliver, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, Holder, he is an amazing guy, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk with me too, man. And I really appreciate that. I'm going to try to keep the quality content coming. All right, now we are cooking with this transmission. All good, man. I totally understand. Make it when you can. Don't feel obligated. I just appreciate you guys watching, you know what I mean? Even if it's just for a few minutes. Just out here having fun. I don't know, things are just a lot more fun when you're cruising with other people. Able to, I don't know, interact a little bit. Don't just sit and play video games. Yeah, brother, Merry Christmas to you too, man. Hope you got some good plans for New Year's tomorrow. I'll be going over to the neighbor's house. Gonna be doing like a murder mystery type thing. Should be interesting. Let's be honest though, I'd much rather be here playing Xbox. New Year's only comes once a year. Man, I would love to know how to rock a good drift, because I have not been able to really successfully drift in any game give it a shot. I think it might be. Might be something I really need to practice off screen, but the counter steering that I always have trouble with, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, we are passing one of the cribs here. I'm gonna find a different ride. I really enjoyed that truck, I'm not gonna lie, man. That was a lot of fun. Man, I find when I initiate a drift, the wheel just spins on its own. You know, I guess I could kind of manhandle it a little bit, but I feel like with the forced feedback, it's like, I feel like I'm gonna break it, being like a kind of essentially a toy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like with the controller, I can drift like no tomorrow, but just on the wheel, man, especially on live, I try not to. You know, I try not to. I guess I could practice a little bit more, but I know like if I'm always crashing on the live, it's gonna look kind of weak and whatever. But yeah, I forget what mine is. I think mine's like 0.8 force feedback. But let me jump outside real quick. I'm gonna run into the house, take a little quick little break here. I'll be back in about 1 minute. Use the washroom, grab a drink. And we'll get back at it. Open the door, let all my heat out in here. Damn, why does yours sound so much better than mine does? Yeah, man, Holder, this has been a good session, man. I've been having a lot of fun. That last one ended a little abruptly. I was a little bummed out, man. I was like, oh, we're just getting into her. Light balance seems to be working pretty well. I don't know if that's the YouTube thing is working its magic. I think it has a lot to do with the view. Like on these inside views with the black dashboard and stuff like that, the whites are all blown out. But then if I hit this view seems to work pretty good for daytime. So I think that's the key, man. It's just different views for different times of the day. Glad we finally figured that out, because I've always been having to reach over on the TV. It's a little not the best situation ever. Oliver, man, my day has been pretty good. Got the day off. My little man was home
You
today,
arrived early,
so
but the next Horizon Arcade
we're
event
just kind of
will
hanging
begin
out.
shortly. Enjoy.
And yeah, man. Came out here, ripping the Xbox. All in all, I can't complain. It's been a great day. Oliver, I'll see you in a few. Rabby, what's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a good day, brother. Hope you're ready to see some, well, just some everyday driving, really. We're just cruising, man. bit to play a game, those download times always seem to take so much longer. Dang, that cobblestone feedback in the wheel is a little intense. Keep it at that. Brother, shit. Oh.
You have arrived at your destination. To your destination.
Potter movie from start to finish. I've always seen parts here and there. But I've never actually seen a full Harry Potter movie, and certainly I've never read any. One of those things that once you're into it, you're into it. You know, it's kind of like Star Wars. You know, it's got like a huge cult following. Mostly just in the movies. Yeah, I'm a movie guy too, man. I got a buddy who's really into books, and he's always trying to get me to read books, man. And one of my first comments to him is like, "Is it out in movie form?" All right, we hitting the highway here. Do it. Legit, man. I can't lie, I watched Sopranos probably 10 times on HBO. I think I would probably loop around and do that highway run one more time. Maybe just cut up a little bit. thing's a monster. Brother, this thing is ripping right now. I think I'm going to switch up the whip here. Amazing. Can I change the crowd volume? That would really be ideal. Audio, speech cards, tires. User interface. Nah, I guess you can't really. I don't want to turn down any of the other stuff. Oh well, all good. Let's see what we got next. Oliver, no problem, man. Do what you gotta do, brother. I appreciate you letting me know. Alright, what do we got next here for the American Muscle? You know, like, I love the Impala Super Sport, that 96. But I think we've been driving a lot of really cool, really fast cars tonight. You know what? Let's jump in. We were already driving the 2015 Challenger Hellcat. Let's jump into the Charger Hellcat. Hey, what'd you get, Holder? I gotta love free cars, man. That's one of my tips for guys starting out playing games for the first time, man. Always use the free cars, dude. Hey, Bentley, yeah, boy. That's one of the good ones, man. Probably chop that for some coins. But yeah, man, always use the free cars when you're first starting out. Because, yeah, you just use them to win money, save money. Dang, that crowd is loud. And then buy the cars that you want when you want to buy them. After you stack. coming up. Oh, the understeer. Oh, the understeer. Devastating. Man, I gotta say, having an actual gear shifter is a night and day difference, man. Being able to rev match and just shift through the gears, way better than just paddle shift, man. I gotta say. What a great ride. Right now, you know what? Maybe switch whips. Anytime I see the house, I always gotta switch the whip up. All good, Oliver, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you sticking around, even though your phone's not charged. I'm gonna be here. 12 o'clock already. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. At least another half an hour. We're gonna keep it moving. Just crack this drink here. All right, let's see, man. You know what? We'll call this whip the last car of the night. Rock out for about another half an hour. See where the road takes us, man. I don't know, man. A lot of options here. What we just did. Dodge. You know what? Let's jump into a Ford real quick. I don't know, man. I don't have a ton of yeah, buddy. The Chevy Silverado drift truck. Is that the move for the last vehicle, though? No, it's not. We're going to jump into that 09 Chevy ZR1, man. Oliver, when you asked me earlier what my favorite car was in the game, this is one of the ones that I failed to mention. The ZR1. I don't know, I built this thing and I've just always loved the color. Yeah, man, I think this is gonna be a beauty engine. All right, my boy. Let's get it in. That's the bus. All right, let's do it. LS5, supercharged LS5, if I'm not mistaken. LS9, did I say 900 up there? You know what, just coming from a Charger, which has arguably the most notable supercharger line in the game, this thing's got that beat by a long shot, man. I'll just say that. Down, and then I was like, oh, am I downshifting? But then I didn't downshift, and then I had a ton of momentum going into the corner. Then crashed.
at your destination.
Great little road. That one a little high. end the night. Then Buenos Vistas. What does that say? Buenos Vistas? Man, this is the spot right here. With a beautiful view. And another great stream, man. Honestly, I think this was probably the best stream to date. Holder, man, good cruise, bro. We had a good fucking cruise tonight, man. Very good. I enjoyed myself, man. Shout out to Oliver. Who else we have in here, man? Ravi, Holder, man. You guys held it down today. With that being said, I am your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. If you guys did enjoy this one, man, we're gonna be doing it yeah, more often, man. We got the Logitech wheel with the shifter. Honestly, a game changer, man, compared to the Thrustmaster we were using before. But yeah, man, good playing with you, bro. I'm going to sign off, and for everybody else, man, I'm gonna catch y'all at the next one. Hurry!